It seems like we're all looking for more ways to get in some protein or more ways to get our kids to eat more protein. Well, today I'm making blueberry muffins with cottage cheese. So let's try these blueberry muffins with cottage cheese, and maybe your kids will love them. Maybe you'll love them, and I think that it's going to be something that I can make, store in the refrigerator, and have on my way out the door to work. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is preheat my oven at 350 degrees, and I'm going to go ahead and line my muffin pan with just some cupcake liners. It makes it easy to clean up. You just take your muffins out and your pan is basically clean already. So let's get that done, and then we'll get to mixing. So in a bowl, you want to mix your wet ingredients first, and you're going to start with 1 cup of cottage cheese. And full fat cottage cheese is recommended for this recipe. Do you love cottage cheese? I love it with fruit, with peaches especially. Okay, so there is 1 cup of cottage cheese. Now we're going to mix in 2 eggs. This is my last morning before school starts, before the kids come back. Okay, let's go ahead and get the honey or the maple syrup. I think I'm going to use honey. So now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of honey, or you could use maple syrup. I have this honey that is starting to granulate. I thought that would be perfect to go ahead and get that used up. Okay, we're going to give this a really good mix. Get all my dirty dishes out of the way. And we're also going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, in a separate bowl, you're going to mix your dry ingredients. So get this mixed. And if you wanted to use a hand mixer, you probably could. It would break up those chunks of cottage cheese, I suppose. Okay, let's mix the dry ingredients. And we're going to be using plain flour. That means flour without anything added to it. So you're going to want 1.5 cups of plain flour. And I want 1.5 cups of flour. I have baking powder, baking soda, and salt. A teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay. And we're just going to give that a mix. Cleaned up, and I forgot to mix in the baking powder, baking soda, and salt. So let's do that. And here I am getting dirty, and I'm about to go to work. Okay, now let's add in the wet ingredients. You want to mix until combined, and then you're just going to fold in your blueberries. I want you to be gentle with your dough. Don't over mix. Okay, and in the process of getting ready to film, I let my blueberries thaw. So if you have frozen blueberries, you want to try to leave them frozen. But I'm going to go with these and be gentle with them because they're going to burst. I'm going to use a cookie scoop. Probably take a couple scoops per liner. You want to divide your dough into 12 muffins. Some of these look like they're going to be a little small. I'm trying to get them equal. Okay, I have my oven set at 350, and we're going to bake them for about 18 to 20 minutes. We're going to keep an eye on those. So they're slightly brown. Can you see those? We're going to get them out and let them cool. All right, they're not quite cool yet, and I really got to get going. So let's take a look at one. They look delicious. Actually, I can't wait to try one. I'm probably going to try it while it's hot. I think I have a problem with if you have a child that does not like cottage cheese, of course, or is a picky eater, they're going to see the chunks in the top. I think the next time I make these, I will use my hand mixer and blend that cottage cheese up with that egg a little bit better. And I did mention that earlier about doing that. Okay. Also, I think we could dress them up just a little bit with a little bit of powdered sugar, and they will think they were extra special. So let's do that, and then let's taste. So I'm just going to tap just a little bit of powdered sugar. I mean, it's not a lot. It's not going to make a huge difference in the taste or the calorie content. It's just going to dress it just a little bit. Okay, we're going to get one out of the paper and take a bite. They seem to stick to the paper, but they're still hot, so maybe when they cool, they'll come off the paper. And you could spray this paper with some cooking spray. Okay, let's give it a try. Look at that, it's still steaming. Ooh. Mmm. Mmm. The texture is so good. It's so moist. Mmm. It's certainly sweet enough with the honey. I would eat this every day. Mmm.